Coming up on the Sports Reporters. It's been the dominant story for the last, 4 or 5 weeks in the offseason.
The players haven't cared. I haven't heard a peep out of players.
Yeah, what you saying? Why he snitching?
Right. I was going to bring up the S word, but you beat me to it, Quentin. I'm Jeremy Schaap, and on today's Sports Reporters, we're joined by 3 eminent voices of the NBA, Channing Frye, Quentin Richardson, and shortly we'll be joined by Richard Jefferson as well. What is going on with this LeBron post? You guys have any insights? Q?
Channing, you kind of specialize in and you and RJ know all about the LeBron stuff. What's your take on this?
Honestly, I have no clue. I haven't even asked him, man. Listen, I got 2 teenagers in my house. I'm just trying to fight for my life here. I'm fighting for inches.
I think this is like when Snoop came out with his big announcement about the smokeless grill, and I think this is gonna be like I have no clue about what lane it is or whatever, but I think this is more like some type of big promotion or something for something he has going on or something he wants to announce. I don't think it has anything to do with his basketball future or something like serious like that.
I think, honestly, I'm just going to play devil's advocate here. Let's say it is his retirement. The fact that he's doing the bigger decision plays on that other one. And I think it almost diminishes how much everyone hated that first decision. And now this is almost like not taking yourself as serious.
You mean that he can laugh at that himself?
Yeah. You got to. The dude, how old was he when he did that? 24?
Years ago. So
and it's showing it like, hey, I get it. It was pretty bad when it happened. So I can laugh. I'm not too, I can laugh at myself. I like it. I feel you.
I mean, when he talks about regrets, right? He talks about that being his only career regret, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think for him, if this is his last year, he's going to put the NBA in a chokehold. Every show going to be LeBron highlights. Lakers going to be on every single station. And doing it right before the season, the ticket prices are going to soar. I think for him, his team their Lakers are solid. I think they're a top 10 in the West, 10 at least. So why not? You know what I'm saying? I think for him, why not? What more are you playing for? They're not going to get better next year.
But you don't really think this is what that is, though, right? I mean, in some way we're being trolled, right? This is a joke, right?
I'm with you. I think this is a more like I'm playing at that, and I got everybody holding their breath. Like, is it that? But it's gonna be he gonna come in with a little curveball. I think.
If he's having fun, what could it be though? Is it endorsement? I saw the Akron Beacon Journal was quick to point out that tomorrow is Taco Tuesday, for instance.
Man, listen, look, he's a billionaire, so I don't know how much he's eating tacos that aren't made from his chef. So
doesn't mean he can't endorse other tacos.
Maybe he's coming out with a LeBron version, a LeBron taco or something. You never know.
I don't want that taco. Give me the real taco, okay? I don't want that taco. No, honestly, the dude's a bit like, what is he buying a team? Right? That would be an announcement that I would say. Is he signing to a network? Is he, joining some other billionaires to do billionaire things? I just think we got to think bigger. Is he like a new member of Sprite? Like is he buying Sprite? Like what that's an announcement for this. Like we think it's too little.
All right, but this does give us an opportunity, right? Whatever it is. And let's say we're just being punked here and it's some kind of endorsement thing or some funny thing or whatever it is. It's not about this is my last season. When we think about the league without LeBron, when that day comes, whether it's the end of this season or the end of next season, what's that going to feel like for the world of the NBA? Q.
I think he'll get more appreciation for what he was able to do and who he was while he was out there, and the fact that that he took it to the max. He did everything he could do to squeeze all of the juice out of the orange, which was the basketball film. And I think no matter what people, obviously he's always a hot topic and GOAT and all of that stuff. Like, regardless of what you feel about him, you got to respect the way he's going about it, the way he's taking care of his body, the longevity he's been able to have, and the other thing, to be in that spotlight and to be on a couple of magazines since 8th grade, freshman year, or whatever, and to be basking to that spotlight and that microscope, for him to be having, like you said, the decision is like the one flaw. Like, come on now, me and Channing played in the league. We had careers nowhere near the stratosphere of who he was, but even us, we know, like, yo, you ain't got no blemishes on the record, boy. You did your thing. Now you stayed out the way. I don't understand exactly how you did it. It's some G14 classified things going on, but like, hey, I gotta tip the hat on that. You flawless in that category. So you gotta respect, the time he's been around and what he's been able to do, and the professionalism, the off the court and on the court, and keeping all of that intact. Like, that's been unbelievable.
I just think we've been jaded with what he's done. I think you look at the last 8 championships, there's been 8 different teams, right? And so then you look at and obviously what we love a story, right? So think about that first story is Braun's in Cleveland, they're going to the NBA finals, and the team is just not good enough. He's not good enough at the time. He makes the decision. People like it or don't like it. Miami people loved it. He goes to Miami with the Heatles. Now he's in these big battles with San Antonio and Dallas. He comes back to Cleveland, goes to the NBA Finals against Steph, creates another big clash of the Titans with him. It's LeBron and his team and Kyrie versus the superstar small team of Steph, Batman versus Superman. Think about it. What I like to say to people is basketball is the greatest entertaining thing in the world, more than wrestling, more than cars, whatever you could say. LeBron is a God-given gift. You cannot replicate that, right? In people's minds, Steph can be replicated. That's why every kid is in the gym chucking up threes. But in actuality, neither one can be replicated. So when you have the God-given talent versus the guy who's built with skills, it is Superman versus Batman. And people love to see it. People love to see it. And then in reality, no one in the league is polarizing like that enough. Unfortunately, they all are kind of yeah, maybe. And Q, tell me, Luka's great, hasn't won. Joel Embiid's great, hasn't won. Is Milwaukee with Giannis? He is amazing. He won, but are they going to get back there? Who else is there? Wemby hasn't won. Look at these young guys. Who is next to say, give me that backpack, and then I'm going to go to the NBA Finals 3, 4, 5, 6 years in a row? Even Shea in OKC, that's more of Shea's a guard version of Tim Duncan.
I don't know though, with the way that the league has come, and Adam Silver in the league has done a great job at creating a parity and giving everybody a fair shot at getting somebody. That's why I don't know that there will be immediately the next guy. I think it's going to be a collective, because I think, like you just said, China, it's been 8 different champions the last 8 years. So that makes it hard for somebody to create that momentum. Now, you would look at SGA and say he has the opportunity. When you look at the way they structured the team, the draft capital they're going to have moving forward, and the way that the Presti's done a great job building that team as a franchise. And they have their main 3 guys just signed extensions, so they got 3-4 year runway, and they still can complement people around them. So you would look at that and say they have a chance, but until they actually go and repeat, we don't know, because that's really what gives that next guy that staying power, is that ability to dominate and repeat and get back to the finals. Even if you don't win everyone, just your presence and domination of being present there. So that's, I don't know. I mean, this era, this immediate time right now, if LeBron just decides to leave, there may not be that one specific guy that says, hey, I stand above it. It may be a collective, because it's going to always be, well, Shea's great, Luka's great, Joker's great, this guy's great, or whoever, and, Tatum's and Anthony Edwards, but it's going to be a collection of them, because until somebody can separate and stand above, it's just going to be guys different year. He was the MVP. This year, he should have been, or whatever. But, who's going to run off 3-4 in a row like Joker did?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I don't think you can, I don't think, but again, okay, so LeBron has 3 parts. Obviously, his longevity, but then the access that people have to him, but then his ability to dominate the game in his facets. Now, later on the Lakers, yes, he won. He's getting older, and the teams were a little iffy up and down. So let's use pre-Lakers LeBron for this argument. Who else is going to have those two things that are polarizing to the world, where like everyone either loves them or hates them every single game? I was dropped my kid off at a basketball practice, and I went grab lunch, and people were talking about, they were having an argument at the bar about how much they hate LeBron or how much they love him. There was no in between in that conversation.
You need a guy that people love or hate, right? I mean, it's important. I mean, like a guy like Richard Jefferson, everybody.
I hate him.
Hey, love me or hate me, just have an opinion about me.
That's right. You just want to be talked about.
Yeah, just have an opinion about me, and we're going to be fine.
Wait, Richard, what is going on? I'm sure you have some insights. You probably texted him already. Did LeBron tell you what this announcement entails?
I think Channing can also attest to this. It happens with the mics, don't worry. Channing can also attest to this, that Bron does what Bron wants, right? It's not like he's in the text chat being like, "Hey guys, I got big news coming." Like, no, we find out just like everybody else, you know. I don't, like Q, you were saying this could be just like a ploy. It could be this. I don't know. That's why. But what we're doing right now is something that I'll give him credit for. He knows how to he knows how to turn the flame up on the culture. He knows how to turn the flame up. And so now we're all sitting here waiting to see what he's going to be saying.
And right. I mean, you guys know him well. I mean, he likes to be playful too. I mean, he likes his jokes like this. I mean, when he was a young guy in the league and he did, all the different characters in those Nike commercials where he was the old guy and all, I mean, he likes to have fun in a way that you can't imagine, say, Michael Jordan or Bill Russell or Will Chamberlain doing stuff like that, right?
I mean, if you paid me as much as you paid him, I'm gonna be funny too.
But that's what you say. Like, it's hard to say because like none of this was available to these guys, and I think that's what makes those eras golden, because it could have been good or bad. We may not look at some of these people the same way if we had this type of access that they have in this day. I'm just saying.
A lot of people dodge bullets pre-social media. A lot of bullets.
I'm one of them.
I'm one of them.
So, all right. So let's just say that the announcement is not going to be, again, I'm done. This is my last season, farewell tour, all of that. This Lakers team, and with him and Luka for a full season, what can we realistically expect from them? Who wants to go?
42 wins.
42 wins.
42 wins plus. The West is a beast. Like, it's not that they're not solid. Everyone else just seems a little bit better to me right now. Obviously, Van Vliet getting hurt in Houston, I think, is a big thing that not enough people are paying attention to. But they got a juggernaut of a schedule every single night. And if your 41-year-old and your main guy can't figure it out, it's going to be hard to do it every year. But I think they went above 42 games, maybe 47, maybe. But I mean, if one injury, I think it's a wrap. One injury, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I agree with Shannon on that. I don't know. I can't put a number on it. I say they make the playoffs, and to me, that's all they need. To me, that's all they need is to make the playoffs and have LeBron and Luka healthy, and most of the complement healthy. I don't care what their seed is or whatever. If they can get to the playoffs, they have a chance, because that's what you want to do. You want to get to the situation where, okay, now we playing for what matters, because we've seen teams run off wins and but then when you get to the fight, you get to the playoffs and it's really mattering. One of these teams with a weaker record or whatever can come in because they got guys like LeBron who's been there a million times, and this is the time of year where they know how they can actually turn it on a little bit and they can do something different. So I feel like if they can stay healthy, those two, and they could go into the playoffs with LeBron and Luka healthy, obviously they're gonna have to need some from them complimentary guys, the Aitons, the Vincents, and the Reeves, and those guys. They're gonna have to do their part. But if they could get that healthy with those two healthy, I think they got a chance.
They It's everyone else and health. If they're healthy, that's a huge step. But that's everyone. We look around the league. You look at what's going on in the Eastern Conference. It's because Tyrese Haliburton, Jason Tatum, Dame Lillard. You look at like that injury like conference changed the trajectory
Totally different
of the whole thing. And so when you look at it, it's kind of like, all right, if that's what it is. So let's just say health. So if they're health, then they'll be dictated by Austin Reeves, DeAndre Ayton, and how everyone else around. If DeAndre Ayton plays like a 17-10 guy with motivation, no issue. If Vanderbilt healthy, no issue. If they can get guys to fall in line, like that's what's going to make them dictate every single thing is that group of guys, and if they're healthy. It's like every team has a level of like, okay, well, if the Clippers are healthy, James Harden has to play well. Right? It's like, and so for the Lakers, if the Lakers are healthy, then it's DeAndre Ayton and Reeves have to play well. And don't forget, Reeves is a very good player, borderline all-star. But once he got against those dog defenders that you're going to see every round of the postseason, you're going to see dog defenders. Now, all of a sudden, Austin Reeves looked like he regressed back to a 15, 16 point a game type of player, which is a compliment. So can he make that jump where he's a 20 point a game scorer versus all of the dogs? And that's when you become a different man. And that's what they need from him. And that's what they need from Ayton.
Yeah. Here's the thing I'll say. The Lakers, that's a lot of what ifs going into the season. Right? What if this guy? What if this? So here's the difference between that. Okay, give me 2 what ifs for Oklahoma. Right?
Okay.
are we giving them enough credit?
Right.
I mean,
healthy,
health.
They might only be
That's the only thing for them is health. Like you said, that's my thing. I said unless somebody show me otherwise, that's the only thing I feel that could hold them back is an injury.
But then you look at Denver. Okay, look at Denver. They're like new coach. What is the new can a new coach do it? And then is Cam Johnson going to fit in? How is he going to fit in? And who's there? Is their bench going to be good? So then. This is how you could tell the difference between a championship caliber team and a team that's got to work things out throughout the season. So are they going to be dangerous? But like they need the right matchup in the playoffs. Lakers, OKC, that's a drubbing. Lakers, someone else. If things are going, I might mess around and take the old heads. You know?
No, I'm with you on that.
Do we give OKC enough credit?
I do. I don't know if everybody else do or not, but I mean, what they got going on is crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? they bringing a dude that was what's the foreign guy that he sat out the whole last year with the ACL, and he went into summer league looking nice in summer league.
He is so listen. In a game, I called this game, and he came in there off the bench. My man, you know how nobody kicks it up like Steve Nash used to do? He caught it. He was like, "Yo, here, boop." I think he had 6 assists in the first or second quarter, and he wasn't even sweating. He was like, "Yo, here." He would he plays true, real basketball, and the game looks wild. The fact that they have this guy just stashed over here, take your time. Don't worry about it, young fella. What we're watching is San Antonio North. They are like, we are going to develop these dudes. They all believe in Sam Presti. They believe in their coach. They are not jealous of each other because everyone understands their role. Everyone believes that if I do my role, I'm going to get paid, which everyone does, and we're going to win chips. That's all they care about. I have never heard that except in San Antonio where they go, Presti's top, Coach Dagnall, and then we're a pyramid, and I'm going to work my way up.
And the other thing is just like to add to that, SGA is a lot like how Tim Duncan was as far as like the selflessness. He's not like he's already like he's prime time. He's a superstar in his own right, but he's not one of those guys that wants to take up all of the air in the room. He want all of the guys with him. He's deflecting off himself and complimenting other guys and doing all that. So like they got the perfect scenario over there. He's not a super older than them type guy, but like he's with them and they all together. And that's one of the more unique things about them is their togetherness. Like Shannon said, nobody jealous of each other. It's a complete cohesion and everybody rock with each other. You see them hanging out in the summertime, off the court, doing different things, doing commercials and stuff together. that means that we really like each other. Because when we like, if we play the whole season together and the summertime come, you're not coming to hang with somebody you don't mess with. You like, man, I'm gonna see that Joker when the season starts. I'm not gonna be able to unsee him. So like, for them to be hanging like that, it genuinely means they like each other, and that's big time.
You guys mentioned, the injuries in the East. Haliburton, Tatum. Haliburton out for the year. Tatum, who knows? Maybe he'll be back in time for the playoffs. It's not really clear. So even if we believe that there are 4 or 5 stronger teams out west, who's the class of the East? Who do you see emerging this season?
New York better be. Look, the Knicks. This is their time. Hey, Channing, you know how once a Knick, always a Knick. If ever was their time for the whole Knicks nation and everybody to really, you know how every year the Knicks fans like, it's our year, son. Like, this should be the battle cry. Like, we got to get this done. Like, this is the opportunity like no other right here for them this year. Well, like you said, all of the injuries that put them, like, to me, they the top team right now. You know what I'm saying? They bring in all of their guys back. Everybody's healthy. Like, they should be having, we going to the finals and we trying to win a championship. That should be all out. If we don't do that, it's a failure.
Then the next part is, okay, the Knicks 1,000%, right? That's an obvious. They've been right there knocking on the door. Some of their, they took down Boston, but some of their opponents you see are beaten up. But Cleveland, can they transition? Don't forget what OKC did 2 years ago. And then they ended up going to a championship and winning. So when I look at, Cleveland, is this year that Donovan Mitchell, is this the year that they kind of look inwardly and say, hey, we gotta go to another level? Winning 65, 66 games, that's great. But can we get to a level where we're focused on how we improve every day in the regular season and get to the postseason? Cleveland's got as much. Cleveland's got all the necessary things. They've let other people catch up to them. But if Cleveland, the Knicks, those are the class of the Eastern Conference. And they are on the same level as the Denvers, the OKCs, but talent-wise, they're on the same level. But can they perform clutch moments, hit it? Like, Cleveland has a lot to show before we can say they're a conference, they can win a championship. But do they have all the talent and all? Yes. Those are the two teams, the Knicks and Cleveland, that have all the talent. It's just a matter of watching them and see if they can make it their year.
Yeah. Detroit, Atlanta, and then sneaky Milwaukee, because they got Giannis.
I'm waiting.
Or my Orlando.
Orlando. You said Milwaukee. I thought he was going to say Orlando.
No. Orlando. You got to put a team with Giannis on there. He's not going to be bottom 6. I mean, bottom 4. They're going to be a top 6 team in the East. He's going to bully his way into 50 wins, right? He's going to elbow somebody for 50. So, listen. You got Milwaukee, Detroit, Orlando, and then I think Atlanta's a sleeper, right? If Porzingis can stay healthy, and if Jalen Johnson, who is nice. They got taller, they got bigger, and I think what they said is, hey, Trey, we love you, but we're building this type of team, and you're going to fit in, or you're not. But we're moving on, and here's how we want to play. And I think he's embraced it. Last year, leadership was great, and they just had some injuries. And so now they bet on, like, hey, if you could do this, next year we're going to surround you and Jalen Johnson with more talent. But I think Orlando, they got to make that jump.
I mean, can you imagine how awful the atmosphere is going to be in New York if this team doesn't finally
get back to the final? There's 3 people here that have played in the New York.
I was about to say, all 3 of us played in New York. We know intimately how bad they will be.
It'll be 27 years since going to the finals, and that was a strike. That was a lockout, work stoppage shortened season in '99, and it's been 32 years since they made it in a full season. '94 when they lost the Rockets. They haven't won since '73. That means at a minimum, we're talking about a 53-year drought.
Hey, Toronto ain't that far. You better trade the whole team, get a whole new team. Y'all lose this year, get the whole team. Switch me.
Listen, we saw how they acted when they won them series last year. Like you like the thought that was the championship. So you can imagine going into this season with the like we gotta be realized. We gotta be realists now. Like these New York Knicks fans are similar to the Cowboys and those type of fans. It's like every year, this is how you like. This is legitimately the year that any year of all of the years for them to say this is our year. This is the real deal right here, where you can almost touch it, see it, smell it.
Q, this is the first. They say it's their year every year. Q. This is the first year where people actually believe them.
Exactly.
This is the first year where it's like,
Wait, do you guys believe them?
yes.
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 Listen, yes. I believe that this can and it should be like what you just laid it out there. It's a lot of carnage on the road. You know what I'm saying? It's just like they just
Brutal.
cruising on by. Like we missed all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They got to get there. They have
do.
to get to the finals.
Yeah,
Listen, look me in the eye. They have to get to the finals.
Conference finals.
No.
Number final, that's not good enough.
No, I agree. But I would say this.
The NBA finals, Richard.
You can have a great season and get to the finals. And let's say hypothetically they lose in 6 or 7 to Cleveland in the conference finals. I will not say that their season is a failure. I will not. Like
you'll be alone in that.
Wait. But hear me out. Hear me out. This is what I'm saying. We can't say that 5 teams need to win a championship or their season is a failure. That's just that we've created this false narrative that 5 teams should win a championship or they should rip it all down.
I'm not saying 5.
Only 2.
So this is what I'm saying.
In the Knicks. That's it.
I said championship. We talk about the Lakers and they have a chance. We talk about Houston, they have a chance. No, but I'm just saying to be competitive.
Okay.
This is why, stay with me. What I'm expressing is that a lot of these teams are headed for second round losses.
Yeah.
Houston, if let's say it plays out, Houston, Lakers, Denver, OKC, like somebody's losing in the second round.
Minnesota.
They've been to the conference finals too.
Golden
Somebody's
State.
losing in the second round.
So do you want to know the difference between all of those places you just named in New York? Exactly. Houston fans is not gonna lose. They not gonna throw nutties like the New York Knicks fans. New York Knicks fans gonna leave. I'm talking about. Let's say hypothetically they get eliminated in New York. You're gonna see almost madness coming out of the arena. What? Are you kidding me? Nobody.
I was there.
Think about the back page. Think about New York Post back page, Channing. You don't know what it's gonna be an all-out brawl on them. Like no other city, like none of those teams that you just said. I don't even think the Lakers fans or the Lakers newspaper people are gonna be like if they get knocked down, nobody's gonna go crazy as the Knicks reporters, the Knicks fan base, everything New York Knicks to do with it. If they don't make it to the NBA, the Eastern Conference Finals won't do it.
All right,
if they don't make it at least to the finals, even like if they lose in the finals in the 6 or 7, I could give you that. Maybe they'd be like, "That's all right. We was right. You know, this was the biggest ride we ever been on since we've been alive." Some of these guys, so they gonna appreciate it. But if they don't make it to the finals, no, it's a failure.
So it's 40 years since the last great moment you could say in Knicks history when they got Patrick Ewing in the 85 draft and won that draft lottery. One team we haven't mentioned, one team that's won a championship more recently than the Knicks, the Dallas Mavericks. They've got a rookie. What do you guys expect from him?
Do rookie stuff. He's going to be real good. They're going to be trash. They're going to be real good. They're going to be trash. But like at the end of the day, what position is he? I want to see where J. Kidd puts him. In Summer League, they had him making a lot of decisions. The first game, he looked pretty boo-boo because he was overthinking. And that next game, they must have said, "Hey, man, listen, we didn't draft you number 1 for you to be Steve Nash. We need you to be Cooper Flagg, go get some buckets, make decisions." Is he a hooper? Yes. Is he going to be put in tough situations early? Yes. So my expectation is be patient with him the first couple months. And then by December, January, we're going to see like what he can do for real. But I think he's going to be a very good player. I don't know if he's going to average 20.
He's lucky.
Might be at 12 and 7, 5.
He's lucky because not a lot of number 1 picks go to a team that loaded, right? You have Tim Duncan was able to, if we look back in history, you look at there's been some top picks that have gone, right? Wiseman going to the Warriors. There's been things where like all of a sudden this random top pick goes to this team that has Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, PJ Washington. They've got Derek Lively. They got they got a roster, and they just got a number one pick. I would say he's fortunate because most number one picks, like, hey, we're going to build around you. And like, no, he gets to fit into a system. And we got to remember, he's supposed to be a freshman in college this year. He reclassified. So he's supposed to be a freshman in college.
He's only 18.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. He reclassified. So when he was supposed to be a senior in high school, he was the best player in college. Now he's reclassifying. So it's going to take him time before he's the best version of himself. But this dude's a dog, right? So it might, but they're not going to give him the ball and say, you're going to go score 20 a night. That's not what they're going to do. They got too many players.
But I think that's
good.
For him. That's the, that's the blessing for him, because like Richard said, like most number one picks, they come in and they got this enormous pressure that we building around you. You got to show up and average 20 points this first year or you a bust. Like he can cruise control into it because he's got all of these already players that's already made their name, and it's the stars of the team already. And also, not only does he have that at his advantage, he has that to pull from. He got Jason Kidd, a Hall of Fame coach. He got Dirk walking around the area that he could talk to. He got Kyrie. He got AD as teammates that's going to be Hall of Famers that he could talk to and draw from and really learn from. And he's going to be actually in the trenches with these guys, and they're going to have to give him some game because we need you, young fella. We need you to grow up and mature as fast as possible. So it should be a mutual situation where he got all type of knowledge coming in full everywhere around. And that's the one thing that they said about him. Kid is a sponge. He's a hooper. He loves to be in the gym. He works his butt off. So if all of those things click, like, all that 1 + 1 = 2, bro. Like when you got that type of talent and that type of knowledge and wisdom around you, and you a sponge and you a hard worker, it's going to happen for him. It's just how long it's going to take for him to just get acclimated. But I think he's going to be big time. I think he's going to be special for him.
All right, while we're still back out west, we got to talk about Kawhi Leonard. It's been the dominant story for the last, 4 or 5 weeks. In the
players have cared. I haven't heard a peep out of players.
Yeah, what you said? Why he snitching?
Right. I was going to bring up the S word, but you beat me to it, Quentin. Channing, you've made your feelings about this quite clear.
Listen, look, you know how we're joking right now? Like, no. Good Lord. Like, I don't even take myself seriously. And everyone was like, thought I was being serious. And let's be real. Channing Frye, did they win? If they had won, if you cheat and win, yes, you should be punished.
Let me back up for 1 second. Just say, Pablo Torre has done all that reporting. Yeah. You on the podcast, Richard, you basically said, like, what's the big deal? Who cares? Pablo took some offense. It's gone back and forth. Look, what you said was, look, you got to take it in the context of what we were talking about. I'm kidding around. You don't really think it doesn't matter.
No.
You're just jealous.
Yeah. Man, Hey, I live in a forest. I'm in Portland. I'm here with the trees. I can make that make sense. Okay. One, they didn't win. So
you're an arborist.
Ballmer paying $28 million for nothing. 2, as Kawhi said, that's old news that y'all just don't know about, right? Which I thought that was a hilarious response to the whole thing. It was like he okey-doked everyone. And in all actuality, Pablo Torre is just doing his job. And my job is to give my opinion. Do I really care of a billionaire sneaky gave Kawhi $28 million? Not really.
Wait. Billionaires have done way more sneaky things than that. That is the lowest level of sneaky we've ever seen.
Like, you need this $28 million? There you go. All right, come on. What's next?
Honestly,
is it lowest or highest? I think it'd be like insignificant, right?
Insignificant.
And here's the real thing. Richard's gonna say it. How many other players are talking about this? Players. None. No one cares. Probably it's a big deal if they get caught. But until then, we got other stuff to talk about.
Pablo,
we're talking about skinny Zion, Luka skinny, LaMelo shooting the little 1-foot joints. We can talk about that.
And quiet as kept, though, to be real, quiet as kept, it was like, as a player, if like I say, I don't know what the real deal is. We'll all find out soon enough. But if you did get you caught a couple 28 extra, I'm cheering for my homeboy. I'm happy for him. Like I get it. That's not what you like. Look, they gonna have to whatever happened. They
Well,
gonna
he says they still owe him a lot, more than $7 million.
I'm saying my man ain't even got he ain't even got all his bread. Where is that?
I don't think he's getting it. Let's just say for a second. Let's say, and this has not been proved yet. These are allegations. There's a lot of circumstantial evidence. There might be eventually a smoking gun, with the Clippers, and the NBA investigation finds that they were circumventing the cap. Let's say that's what this was all about. What should be the punishment?
Okay, let me start with this.
Oh, yeah, RJ got this one.
Let me start with this. Pablo, it's an outstanding job. We appreciate your service to our league and making sure that everything stays
above board.
Above board. That was the word I was looking for. We appreciate it. Make no mistake. But for you to expect players to have the same intensity about this as fans, for fans to have the same intensity about this as other NBA owners, I think you're confusing yourself.
Yeah.
Like you're confusing yourself.
Well, I mean, has he said that they should?
No. I know. I would say that when he didn't like our reaction to it.
I was about to say his response to Channing was kind of was where I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, so that's where I'm saying it's like, Pablo, we're not sitting up here saying what you're reporting. You're doing God's work. This is beautiful. No, but hear me out.
Sorry, man. I can't. I don't take nothing serious.
No. Wait, let me finish.
This is why we listen to the podcast.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
This is what I'm saying.
I'm muting myself.
This is what I'm saying. Pablo, I'm supporting you. I support like Ramona Shelburne's work. I've seen some amazing reporting on these leagues that have helped our league. I support it. It's okay for us to say as players, we don't care. We root for these things. We get excited about these things. Because if somebody's getting an extra 28 million, trust me, let Lil Richard be 25. It's like all of a sudden I'm Uncle Dennis. Right? All of a sudden,
well, hold on, but you were also saying, Channing, because they didn't win, that's a factor too.
Yes.
Let's say if they had won the championship the way that he won it in Toronto, and you were a guy who was on the team, let's say it was OKC that lost them in the conference finals or something, would you feel differently knowing that they got Kawhi? All right.
Because then that's like when you were a kid and you get beat in a video game and you're gonna go to some semantics. Like, look, I don't care how they got put together. They came out here on this court and beat y'all fair and square. You can't. I don't want to hear that now. I don't want. They won and got they paid. No, bro. This is a regular team that was put together. Like whatever the semantics back there ain't got nothing to do with this. The outcome was the outcome because they outplayed y'all. I don't want to hear that.
I want to finish this. I need people to absorb the players' side of this. The reporting is outstanding. The smoking gun is real. Should there be penalties? Yes. But you can go to the players and say, what are your thoughts? Collectively, none of us can care that someone else got another 28 million. I'm mad that it wasn't me.
There you go. I'm saluting him and like, I need to get on that train. That's what I need. I need to follow that
story.
We ain't heard no players complaining. This is an unfair advantage, and with the league should. Players have shown zero outrage. They're all like, hey, they giving out.
But Richard, if I were going to play devil's advocate just for a moment here, just indulge me for a moment, right? The salary cap, right, and all of the exceptions and all that. It's been very beneficial for everybody, right? I mean, the league, when you look at how much
I think players should be, I don't think there should be.
You think it should be unrestricted? You don't believe in a salary?
I think we should allow the free market like every other thing. Now we combine this and say
the players could do that through negotiations, but they haven't.
They haven't, but collectively to get 30 billionaires to be together versus 450 players, that's a very hard group to manage. They're always going to be at an advantage. Right. They're starting with a higher number. So if this league shuts down, ain't none of them losing their homes. Players could. So there's a different advantage at all points in time. I believe that just like the billionaires and just like the owners, they're constantly looking for deregulation so that they can maximize their opportunity at wealth. And I think players should have the same thing. NIL, there is no cap on NIL. But there's a cap in professional sports. Do we see the kind of LeBron James and Steph Curry are worth billions of dollars to the
do what Ronaldo did and get paid like that if it was open.
If it was open, what Messi did with FC Barcelona, like there are places. And again, is that great? No, but I also don't think a hard cap where you can tell a player like LeBron that generates $1 billion for a community and a city and the jersey sales in the league and say you get paid as the same guy that has 4 All-Stars. Like that's not fair either. But we're expected to accept it. Well, you guys negotiated this deal and this, and it's like, yeah, there's a level of like, we can't control that. But don't tell me that LeBron James, and we saw what he did to the Cleveland economy when he would show up and then he would leave.
Huge.
Don't tell me he's not worth billions to that. You're going to be capped to make the same amount of money as John Morant.
It's not in baseball. All right, Channing, I got to ask you though, because Richard didn't quite address my question. You're the commissioner.
Yeah.
You get the report. It is conclusive. Steve Ballmer knew about this. Steve Ballmer was the guy who was funneling the money, the 28 million, whatever. It was all an effort to get Kawhi to go around the cap. What do you do?
Well, listen, brother, you in a rock and a hard place because I know that billionaire's lawyer is about to tear me up. 1, 2, I kind of got to go to the other owners. And this is the truth. I got to go to the other owners. It got to be 29 versus 1. It can't be me. It has to be us. So obviously, you got to cripple the organization. But they still have to play basketball. They don't get any first-round draft picks. You can't make any trades over X amount. And, Kawhi Leonard can't re-sign back there. And you got to pay back that money to some charity. Or you make him stay there and make him play a bunch of games. I don't know what
penalty is making him stay there
and stay healthy.
No, listen, brother, we can't ask for Jesus to
Joe Smith. Joe Smith. It's already been established. What Joe Smith had an illegal contract with Minnesota. They lost multiple first-round picks. They got a huge fine. We've already had a precedent set. So for us to look and be like, well, what are they going to do? It's like, well, what did they do when Joe Smith had an illegal
fine to Ballmer?
But multiple
he gave somebody $28 million for nothing.
But I'm saying multiple contracts, like multiple penalties.
Allegedly.
Joe Smith had a max contract. That's more than it was more than 28 million that he had illegally signed. Right. That they got taken away.
There is precedent.
There is precedent. So that's what I'm saying. It's like we can't make it seem like owners are going to be gone. It's like take around first-round picks, take around some different things, and then let them figure it out.
You guys have been fantastic. You're always fantastic on TV, on the pods, on YouTube. It's a pleasure for us. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Reporters, Channing, Quentin, Richard.
Quentin.
Q Rich. You got to call him Q. You got to call him Q Rich.
What's wrong with Quentin? I don't
understand.
understand.
Both of us laughed.
What's so funny about Quentin?
We were in the same McDonald's All-American class. We were at the Nike camp together at 17. I had never heard Quentin before.
I apologize.
No apology. We're family now.
Quentin is getting a kick out of it because he's the one guy who would say Quentin. Like he would say that. RJ, he would say that while we were on the team together.
I know
Quentin got his attention. Hey, if he wasn't passing, hey Quentin.
Q it is. I got it. Thanks, fellas.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Anytime.